Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Tameria Leatrice from Tameria Leatrice Beauty Company, and today, y'all, when I say I'm so excited to share my birth story, as you already know from the title, we are talking about my birth story, y'all. For one, I am so excited the fact that I am 80 pounds lighter today. So that is something to be excited about. Like, probably not 80 pounds lighter. I haven't weighed myself since the baby, but let me formally introduce myself. I am Tameria Leatrice. I am a nutrition educator and a makeup artist, currently on a intentional living journey. I've shared a lot about intentional living on my YouTube channel, even on my social media if you follow me on social media. But today we're going to actually talk about a little bit more like behind the scenes of my life, because I like to share my lifestyle journeys with you guys. And as you all know, I just recently had a baby. So I'm going to talk to you guys. We're going to do a little chit chat about my birth story because it was so different, but it turned out amazing. A lot happened, and I just want to kind of just share those things with you guys. So if you want to hear more about it, stay tuned. No lie, y'all, I have dreaded doing this video. Actually, and yay me, I am 3 weeks postpartum, and your girl is here showing up. She's good. Thanks, like all thanks to the Most High, like literally. But when I say I'm just so happy and so blessed to be here, because man, that's a whole nother story. But I'm just so happy and so blessed to be able to share my birth story with you guys. Because it's so much going on in this world. Like, it's so much going on. But so I have my notebook, y'all, because I don't want to be rambling on, but I want to share my journey with y'all and share a lot of things that I learned along the way. I'm a second-time mom. I have a 4-year-old, and now I have a 3-week-old as well. So at the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys or introduce you guys to my 3-week-old if you guys have not seen him on my social media, okay? But like I said from the beginning, I am Tameria Leatrice. I'm a makeup artist, former makeup artist, current makeup artist, kinda. I'll get back in the swing of things maybe. But also I'm a nutrition educator by day. But currently I'm on an intentional living journey, and that's the focus right now on my channel is intentional living. So if you're not aware what intentional living is, you may want to check out the video that's down in the description box. So I go more into detail about what intentional living is. I decided to share my birth story with you guys because my first birth, like, I was nowhere near as knowledgeable as I am today. For one, I just thank God for my doula. And if you are expecting or if you're planning to have a baby, definitely get you a doula. My first birth, I did not have a doula. However, I did have a successful natural birth, and everything went fine. Everything went smooth. I had a healthy baby. I was blessed. I'll just say that, because everybody's not as blessed to come out and say I wasn't forced to have a C-section. And it's just the world we live in, and we need to talk about this more as people. Well, as women, I would say, as women, we need to be knowledgeable of giving birth to children. But that's one reason, the main reason why I decided to share my birth story, because man, I've learned so much along the way, and I just want to share some things with you guys and just give you guys a glimpse of, because when I say your girl had some crazy stuff going on, during the last few weeks of my pregnancy, but we made it through. We made it through. So before I ramble on any longer, let me just jump right in, okay? So as you guys know, like, my pregnancy, I found out I was pregnant probably when I was like maybe I was probably like a good month and a half when I found out I was pregnant. And I was so freaking shocked. Like, how I was shocked, I don't know, because I know I was doing the things. So, hey. But I was so freaking shocked to be pregnant. I was so shocked to be pregnant. And then I went into like a deep stage of depression, like a deep stage, because I just felt like my life was over. I felt like I wouldn't be able to accomplish things that I wanted to accomplish. I just felt horrible because I knew it was already hard trying to do things that I needed to do as a mom. And I was like, with 2 kids, how am I going to get anything done? But, after I sat and I just realized and I prayed and I pressed in to the Father, to the Creator, like, He showed me that my blessings were coming. And I am so, so thankful, and I'm so, so blessed. And I'm learning to juggle around my babies and do what I need to do, because they deserve it, I deserve it, And the same for you. If you're a mom, you deserve it. But y'all, when I found out I was pregnant, like, baby, you would have thought the world had ended, because I just fell off the face of the earth, literally. Y'all, if you've watched my video when I talked about, like, at the beginning of COVID-19, how first out we were dealing with a pandemic, and then on top of that, who wants to find out, okay, that they're expecting a baby in the mix of a pandemic, in the mix of we don't know if we're finna have jobs, in the mix of folks being sick, folks dying left and right. It was just so much going on, and to find out I was expecting a baby, I was like, oh my God, slap in the face. But it's amazing how the good Lord just turned things around. But eventually I accepted my pregnancy, and I was fine. And y'all, my pregnancy went so good. It was different. I was sick a lot. Way more than I was with my first pregnancy. So that's why they usually say, like, everybody will tell you, or any mom will tell you, that every pregnancy is different. But y'all, so, you know, I'm good the whole pregnancy just about. And I passed my glucose test. I knew I was gaining weight fairly quickly, and also I was also I was definitely overweight at the beginning of the pregnancy, because I had already been dealing with some other things, and I know I had been overeating, binge eating, and I was overweight before I even got pregnant. So at 37 weeks, like, I had the biggest scare of my life. Like, I kept feeling dizzy, I kept feeling faint. So I decided to change doctors, because my doctor, I don't know what this is, y'all, but it gotta go. Okay, but yeah, so my doctor don't seem like she was listening to me. So I changed doctors. Y'all, I changed doctors, and the first doctor appointment that I had with the new doctor, they tried to possibly diagnose me with gestational diabetes. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, you crazy. Y'all know what y'all talking about. So at this appointment, sitting at 37 weeks with, like, of course I had things packed and I was ready to go and had a baby, whatever the case was, but I definitely didn't want to be induced. So the doctor that day was like, okay, we think you should be induced. And I'm looking at them like, when? And the lady was like, right now, today. And I was like, y'all crazy. So yeah, at 37 weeks, they tried to possibly diagnose me with gestational diabetes and induce my labor. But your girl wasn't having it. Was not having it. And I thank God for the decision that I made, and I thank God for my doula once again for educating me to know my body, and to know the stages of labor, and to know the choices that I can make, and how to advocate for myself. It is very important to know how to advocate for yourself. I don't care if you're black, white. Definitely for African American women, we definitely need to become more knowledgeable on advocating for ourselves, because we feel as if when we go into these hospitals, we have to do what they want us to do. You do not. You have the right to speak upon whatever it is that you want to be done, or what you do not want to be done. But I chose not to be induced that day. So a few days later, I think maybe a week later, so I just watched my sugars, watch my carb intake. So of course, like I said, I'm a nutritional educator. So these are things I know already, and things I know how to control, things I know how to take control of if need be. But you know, I was out here living my best life, because I had no clue about gestational diabetes, you know. So I'm out here, you know, eating the candy and eating the snacks and all that my coworkers was buying me, you know, it was free. I was eating it. But at the end, but when they told me that, when I got home and I sat down, I actually sat with myself, like, I felt so disappointed, y'all, because I'm like, how you are a nutritionist and how you allow this to happen? But I think it was not just totally what I was eating, because I eat fairly well. And even during my pregnancy, I still ate fairly well. I snacked more, but I ate fairly well. But y'all, I honestly believe it was because I had gained so much weight. Like literally, I gained over like maybe 80 pounds. Y'all calculate it, y'all do the math. It was like 181 when I first started, or 191 when I first started. And I think my last weight at the hospital was like 254. So yeah, I gained a good bit of weight, like a lot of weight. So I was already overweight from the beginning. So I'm sure that that may have been what triggered the gestational diabetes. But anyway, your girl ain't claiming nothing. So they're gonna retest me when I actually go back to my 6-week checkup. So we'll see where it goes from there. So your girl has been definitely taking care of herself, and definitely making better food choices, because your girl can't be out here dealing with no sugar, no diabetes, because I ain't got time for that. But like, you know, and I posted on my social media because, like, I don't know why, but all my life, like, I've just had the faith that the good Lord will not allow nothing like that to happen to me, because I do so well when it comes to eating. And I'm just like, where did I go wrong? But your girl is back on track, doing what she needs to do, because like I said, baby, I need to be here for my kids. I need to be here for my kids. They need me, and I need to be able to, you know, do what it is that I was placed here to do, to the best of my ability, without sickness, without walking around here having to take medication. Your girl, like I said, I ain't got time for that. But like a week later, I went ahead and I decided to do a natural induction, which is called the membrane stripping. What they wanted me to do was do the artificial hormone, which was Pitocin, and be induced that way. But I was like, no, because the research I had done on Pitocin, I knew that there were so many side effects, and even side effects for the baby. So I was like, no. You know, I just wanted to have, just like I did the first time, have the most successful natural birth as possible. However, you know, it didn't go completely as planned, because I still had to do some type of induction. My baby boy, y'all, he was stubborn. At first, I was like, honey, we might be going to 40 weeks, because don't seem like he want to come. But I went ahead and did the membrane stripping, and it's really quick. Y'all, does it hurt? Yes. I'm going to be real. It hurt. But I had that done. I want to say I had that done on the I'm trying to see what date it was, y'all. I can't remember. It's in my phone, and I'm recording on my phone. So I think it may have been, oh, it was the 13th, because he came the 14th. So it was the day before he came. So yeah, I had the membrane stripping done the 13th that morning. And so I started contracting more later on that night. And like by midnight, y'all, like my contraction was like, they were inconsistent, but they were like in between 15 to 20 minutes apart. And so I was like, Lord, this boy coming. So the next morning, y'all, about 5 a.m., I waited till baby got home. And y'all, yes, I ended up driving myself to the hospital, y'all. We're gonna get more into that too, because baby had to go drop Harmony off at my mom's house, and I ended up driving myself to the hospital. So the hospital is like 40 minutes away. So y'all, I'm contracting the whole way to the hospital, on the phone with my mama, talking to my mama the whole way there, y'all. So by the time I got to Jackson, to the hospital, where the hospital is, y'all, I was like, I'm hungry, and I'm not going into no hospital, and I know they ain't finna feed me, y'all. I pull up at Wendy's. And my contraction was every bit of like 7 minutes apart at that time. But they were so inconsistent. Like they were ranging from like 15 minutes, well, 7 minutes to like 15 minutes apart. So they were very inconsistent. But y'all, I had to give me something to eat. Your girl was so happy to have that bacon sandwich, because when I got to the hospital, they ain't give me nothing to eat. They ain't give me nothing but popsicles, gave me a little juice. That was it, y'all. So when I did get there, y'all, the folks finna send me back home. They were to send me back home, because I didn't want them to check me. So I ended up letting them check me. They sent me on upstairs, and by that time I was in active labor, because I was like 6 centimeters. And like when I say like different terms like active labor and stuff like that, I just thank God for my doula. Y'all, there are so many perks in having a doula. Like if you are expecting a baby and don't have a doula, like I said, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, like get you a doula. Because when I say my doula, she educated me so much. It was so much stuff that I did not know, or it was so much stuff that I did not know that I could say no to, or you know, whatever the case was. Like, man, she stuck by my side, and I thank God for her. But y'all, by that time they sent me upstairs, and I was in active labor. Like, them contractions were hitting. They were like every bit of 5 or 6 minutes apart. And so I got upstairs probably about like 1, 2-ish, I think. Yeah, like 1, 2-ish, I think. I can't remember, y'all. By that time, I was hurting too bad. I was hurting too bad to keep up with the time. But yeah, I was so happy for my boyfriend mom to make it there, because he act like he was finna fall out. Yeah, hell, he was finna fall out. But I was so happy for his mom to get there. I know she got there like at about 4. So I was in labor from I was in active labor from like maybe I'd say 2-ish all the way up to the baby came at 7 p.m. that night. And so during that time, I was using the ball. I was doing all of the things, y'all. I was using the bowel. I was using breathing techniques. I know I sat on the toilet for a long time, y'all, because I was just more comfortable sitting on the toilet. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. And for me to say, like, when I had my first baby, I was like, I ain't having no more kids. I ain't having no more kids. And I go back and I have another natural birth, and like it was so, but to be honest, like it's not as bad as people make it seem. Like it's just the contractions. Like the contractions, they hit different for real. But like I said, so my mama-in-law, she helped me throughout the whole process, like back rubs, cause like I said, Dad was about to fall out. But yeah, it was really like it was really amazing. And like the whole week before I actually went into labor, like I was so scared, because I was like going into a hospital, having a baby during a pandemic, and COVID is everywhere. So of course, like I packed my bags to go to the hospital, but I ended up not even taking my bags out until the day we got ready to leave, because it's just that real. Like I don't want to take nothing home with me. Nothing home with me and my babies. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use whatever they got here at this hospital, from panties to sanitary napkins. What y'all know, pads, you know, old folks say sanitary napkins. But everything they had at the hospital, I was using it, because I was like, I'm not trying to take my bag and stuff out of my car, like, until it's time to go, get my changing clothes out of there. But and my advice to anybody having a baby during this pandemic, like if it's stuff that you really like don't need at the hospital, or you know you're probably not going to use, don't take that stuff to the hospital, because you're just tracking germs right back home. Like I tried to bring in as less as possible. Literally, I didn't even get to do a delivery bag video, and I guess that's why, because you really don't need a delivery bag not during this pandemic, because honey, it's just pointless, to be honest. It's just pointless. You might as well just, you know, use what they have at the hospital. It's free. Your insurance paying for it, or whatever the case is. Like the stuff that I had packed in my bag, I just unpacked it and used it for postpartum, because you're gonna need that stuff. Definitely gonna need that stuff. So I'm going to do another video as far as my postpartum must-haves, the things that I swear by during postpartum. Even during postpartum for my first baby, I swore by these same items, and when I say they came in handy, like all of them were so clutch for this second delivery, well, second postpartum go around. But when I say this time, healing was a little bit different. It was a whole lot different. And honestly, like, seemed like it was a whole lot faster or quicker or something. I don't know. But I feel a whole lot better sooner than I did with my first baby. So, yeah. But postpartum has been fun. So we're gonna do a video on that this upcoming week. I'm just so happy that the Most High blessed me to be able to have such a like, when I say such a good delivery team, because I wasn't sure what I was gonna get. Like I said, I changed doctors at 37 weeks, and like honestly, I already knew that I was gonna get like the doggy bag, you know, like whoever was available. But when I say I prayed and I prayed and I journaled for like the best labor and delivery team, and when I say God came through, y'all, he came through. Like, he made sure that I was covered, like from the time I got there to the time I got ready to leave. And I just thank God. Y'all probably hear my little man crying. He in there with dad and he's waking up. He's probably looking for me. But y'all, when I say I was just so blessed, my labor and delivery team was like awesome. Like, when I say they made sure to just take heed to my desires, and it's very important, like when you're having a baby, because having a baby like takes a lot out of you, and you want to make sure that you're working with somebody who will work with you, or you want to make sure that you're working with somebody who has the same desires that you have, or may even, you know, take heed to your desires. You don't want to work with someone or have someone deliver your baby that don't even agree with your desires. And I made sure to have a birth plan when I went in, and I shared that with them from the beginning, and I had no problems, and it was just so perfect, so perfect. But that week before, y'all, the devil was trying to have me. The devil had me thinking like so much bad was gonna happen. It was just so much. It was so much. It was just so much, and it's so much that can happen. There, the rates of death during birth and during delivery is so high and so crazy. Like, you'll be amazed if you sit down and look at the statistics on the deaths, and even the C-section rates. Like, it's just so crazy. And it's simply because people just don't have the knowledge to understand what's going on during delivery, and to understand how labor processes work. Like, it's important to know all of that. But yeah, I'm so happy for my doula, for real though, y'all. So if you don't have a doula, I've even found like it's a couple doulas here on YouTube that make really good videos and that go very in depth, you know, as far as how to advocate for yourself, or even just breathing techniques, all that good stuff. Like, there's so many free resources out there, y'all. Take advantage. Take advantage. But I'm so happy to share my birth story with you guys, or to have shared my birth story with you guys. I hope something that I shared today, even if you're ready to have a baby, or if you're planning to have a baby, hopefully it helped you, or hopefully like you maybe just found my little birth story funny, because your girl was out at Wendy's doing all the things. I was just doing all the things. But I'm so excited to take on this new journey as a mom of two. It has been very different around here lately, the last few weeks, but we are definitely adjusting. And I think that's the good part about it. And I thank you all for tuning in, and thank you all for all your support, from social media to the phone calls to the text, whatever, like everything. I appreciate everybody. But I'm gonna show you guys a little behind the scenes of the day of labor. Y'all, well, even from the beginning of pregnancy, like, this pregnancy was very it was very different, even though it wasn't intentional. And that's so crazy how God he'll place us, or he'll just show us things and place certain events based on like what it is that he's trying to do through you. And I really do think that this little boy was like a blessing to show me, just to show me as a mom how to support other moms, or how to show other moms the way. Like that's what we need. We need more of us showing each other the way. I think that's very important. But as always, you guys, thank you for tuning in, and love, light, and peace.